Ride to Mars. I made this song with a picture in my head, and that picture was me in space on a bike, and in front of me all I see is a bunch of stars, and then behind me is the earth. And in this song is me releasing all the thoughts, the things that kind of stress me out on earth, and just letting that all go so I can be free in space. And I just talk about so much real shit on this song. That first verse, I talk about school and how I dropped the class. I didn't even go through the whole procedure of dropping the class, you know, I just kind of stopped going. But I would still wake up and pretend like I'm getting ready, and as soon as my mom dipped, I'll go right back to sleep, or I'll start recording, you know, whatever the case was. I also talk about this relationship and how things changed once this girl got back from college. I talk about letting go of past relationship, you know, coming to the terms that this whole thing is finally over. Just, it's done, you know, just dealing with that whole process. But what catches me out of this whole song is really that second verse, because as the whole song is real, that second verse is something that everybody can relate to, because that second verse is really thought-provoking. You know, my favorite line out of that second verse is, if law's all gone, would it leave you reckless? A lot of good niggas cause of consequences. And I love that line because it can open up so much discussion. It could open up a huge debate just from that one line. And I love music like that, you know, that can really make you think. So yeah, this is definitely one of my favorite joints on the album. And I could say that for every song because they all play a special role to put together the whole album. But this is definitely one of my favorites because one, is so real, two, it's thought-provoking, and three, of course, I made the beat. So yeah, Ride to Mars. Alright, so I'm going to show y'all how I made the beat for Ride to Mars. I know somebody's probably going to ask how I got FL Studio running on my Mac. And the program I use is called Parallels Desktop. I suggest you go buy it, but you're on the internet. If you really want to go get it for free, you can figure out how to do it. So yeah, let's get into this. Open up FL. The beat was Thoughts Alone. That was the name of it. That's actually what I was going to name the song. Thoughts Alone. Let me give you background on how I found this sample, because I think the story is kind of cool. So what I do when I'm in my crib, you know, while I was recording this whole album, I would have the TV playing all day, you know, just watching me basically. I was never really watching it, but it would just be looking at me while I record or make beats. And I had the song, like I had the whole lyrics down for Ride to Mars, like I had the whole concept and everything, and I was trying to make a beat for it, but I couldn't get anything. And I stopped trying to make beats, and I just chilled and watched TV. And that day, Fantasy Factory happened to be playing. And it was the episode where Rob thinks he was abducted by aliens or something like that, or he was trying to get abducted by aliens. And at the end of that episode, they played this joint. And as soon as I heard it, I was like, yo, that's the sample. That's it. Like, it's perfect. I knew exactly what I was going to do with this joint. But the episode went off, and I couldn't figure out the name of this song. So what I did, I went on Google, I searched the name of the episode, I found it on MTV.com, and then I used this app called Shazam. And basically what you do, you hold your device up to your speakers, and it'll recognize the song for you. It's a helpful app. Like, I used it to find a bunch of samples, so yeah, I definitely think you should go get that. And I'm going to play you what the joint sounded like before I sampled it. Yeah, so that was kind of the vibe of this whole song, you know, the retro and shit. I'll show you the part that I sampled. I think it's somewhere at the end. It's somewhere here. And that's the sample. That's really the whole beat right there. And then just this part. That's really just the chorus right there. So that's pretty much the whole song. Just that little end of the whole long song. By the way, the name of this song is Major Tom by Peter Schilling. I think that's how you pronounce his last name. I'm not too sure. But yeah, that's the name of the joint. So honestly, my beats are really simple. Because especially with this tape, I don't think I made any like simply original. I think every beat that I made on this tape has samples. So when I use samples, they usually come out just to be really simple beats. It's really not that hard to make. So what I started out with was the sample. I think I lowered it to G. That's right. That's, you know, the whole joint right there. That's the verse chop. And then I got I think this is the chorus. You know that part. And then I got the end of the joint. And that's that. That's really all the chops that I use for the song. And I'm going to show you, basically I'm just going to break down each sound in this thing. You know, let you know what each element plays in the beat. This is just a snare. Basically what I was going for with all the instrumentation, you know, all the sounds that I picked was a spacey vibe. I feel like there's a better word for that, but I can't think of one. So just a real space-like vibe is what I was going for, and I felt like this fitted. And then I got some dub steps kind of snares. I got a clap. This clap is like full of reverb to kind of just spread out the whole snare aspect of this beat. It's a bunch of reverb on that. This is for the chorus. You know, that's more of the spacey vibe that I was going for. And then you got drums. It's basically a kick. These are a bunch of kicks. And that's what I do with my kicks. I layer them because this is more hitting the mids. When I EQ it, I make sure that hits the mids. And this is a little more bass. And this is also a little more bass too. And then I got a nice little 808 to help your speakers go a little crazy. This hi-hats, you gotta have hi-hats. This goes on with the kicks actually. That joint goes on with the kicks. Then I got claps. This sound, this is actually a pretty cool sound. When I used to listen to people's songs and I would hear them use sounds like this, like vocal sounds like that, I would always be like, damn, where the hell did they find this? This joint you can't find. You can't find this anywhere because this is actually, where is this from? This is from the first song that I recorded from my very first mixtape, Backpack Rap. This is the I said a line. I'm not even gonna say what the line was because I'm actually kind of embarrassed. But I said a line and I made this sound at the end of it. And while I was making this beat, I was like, damn, I need something to kind of fill out the chorus. And I just, for some reason, I thought about this sound. And I was like, yo, I'm going to use that shit. So I chopped it up, made it into a WAV file, and I threw it into here. Threw some delay and reverb on it. You got something pretty cool. Sound effects, this is basically transitions between the verse and the chorus. And you got cymbals. I mean, that's really the beat, you know. I'm not going to go through every single pattern because it would be kind of tedious because a lot of them are drum patterns. Because as I said, the samples really carry this beat. But yeah, this song is really simple, man. Like, these beats, they're really not that hard to make. They take me a little while because I'm a perfectionist with these shits. And I try to make sure everything is sounded properly. But yeah, that's the joint. Ride to Mars, you know. I really wonder what my life about. If I gotta put the pen and the mic down, where I go, mom stay stressing like you better get the class. You can see it in my eyes, I don't really give a damn, oh no. Life moves so fast, lost one rap when I dropped that class. Mom don't know, but I still woke up. When she dipped out, I was still in the cup. 2K for the whole semester, only learned 2 things for the whole semester.